So basically today we're not going to talk about anything but everything. Everything nerd.
We are going to nerd out like dirty Germans.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about stuff and stuff.
Stuff and stuff.
Stuff
Stuff and stuff.
I don't know what the hell I said. Somebody's probably going to translate it. Be like, you said eat.
The Germans are like, he just said eat. I know you didn't say eat shit.
You
though,
see
that's
what
the
I
thing.
do
Yeah, I
with.
know. He knows.
He just said eat testicles. Actually, that's probably not true because the German word for testicles is probably like 14 syllables.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Are you actually looking that up?
I'm klein. Yeah.
I klein.
Oh, jeez.
We are going to see. You learn things on this podcast. You're going to learn how to say testicles in German.
Jeez, Benji, stop breathing all the cool air out of here. It's hot.
It's like somebody's.
Don't look
running
at me. I didn't do it.
Oh, there's no way that's right. I gotta verify this. Is anybody from Germany? Because apparently the German word for testicles is Holden.
No, it's
Holden?
not.
Yeah. He's
Hoden.
holding his testicles.
Have you ever heard the term holding the bag?
That makes sense.
you know, there might be something to this because, okay, so we're gonna geek out a little bit here. So everybody knows Odin, the Norse god, the Allfather. Well, the Germans basically had the same pantheon, just a few different names, but ancient Germanic peoples did worship Thor and all that, but they called him Woden.
Woden.
The same, he was the Allfather. He sacrificed. He gave up his eye so that he could see all this, that, and the other. But for some reason, it was Woden. Oh, what was that?
He gave up his eye. Woden.
He could see.
How many Odins is there?
Technically one.
One Odin.
But Odin and Woden are theoretically the same person.
About Loden too.
Do what?
Loden too.
Loden.
You said You said Loden.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear it. You crazy, man. You crazy.
Well, I was going off of Loki and everything, but you know.
I haven't watched Loki. Yeah, well,
There's no Loden. It's just Odin on there. Are you fucking with us?
yeah, it's Hoden.
Holden.
Odin.
Unless our friend from Germany can
Odin. Loden.
clarify.
Odin.
Hoden.
Manfred,
Odin?
where are you?
Who?
Manfred.
Leck mein Hoden.
He was one of our OG subscribers.
Ah.
Manfred! Wo bist du, mein Freund? Wo bist du?
It's so rude to laugh at other languages because, to be honest, ours is like
Er ist in Vienna.
is dumb.
Well, English is a wonderfully fucked up dog shit language because it's actually just, okay,
We're talking about good English or bad English?
all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
all trash.
So, here's the thing about English. How do I start? So, the most common misconception is that English is a Romance language. It's not. It's a Germanic language. Meaning it derives from Old High German rather than Latin. Like your French, your Spanish, your Portuguese, your Italian, your Romanian, all that, those are all Romance languages. Those are all rooted in Latin. English, however, was originally, now English as we know it today, not what was spoken in England, because at one point they spoke ancient Celtic and or Gothic languages, but the Saxons come over from Germany and they bring their old Germanic Saxon dialect. So Old English is almost identical to German. Almost identical. Like very, very minor differences. Even to modern German, very, very minor differences. So we're speaking anglo-Saxon for, I'm trying to think, maybe 1,000 years? Let's just say 1,000 years to make it simple. Then, in 1066, the fucking Normans come over, and the Normans speak French, and they kick the shit out of the Anglo-Saxon English king, and then take over England. Which is why, incidentally, fun fact, you ever wonder why we call chicken chicken, fish fish, but we call cow beef, and I'm trying to think of the other one. Basically the nice
Pig?
shit. Yeah, pig, pork.
Terrain of beef.
Well, what's the French word for beef? Boeuf.
Boof.
Boeuf. Le boeuf. And then pork is I forget what the French word for it's similar though. But instead of- Pjork. But where am I going with this. I lost my train of thought.
This is a different type of nerd I thought I was going to get tonight.
Oh yeah, if you're going to know.
Oh, we have not even started.
You know, the Germans would be very offended by this if they didn't have such a great sense of humor throughout history.
German, eh?
The Germans have a terrible sense of humor throughout history.
Look like a fucking worm with brains.
So anyway, so basically for a very, very long time, the English royal family and royal court actually spoke French over English. Very few. It just wasn't done, and even the aristocracy spoke French. So English got a lot of words from French and Latin for religious reasons as well. But modern English, as we know it today, is basically a grand fucked up mixture of old German, old anglo-saxon with a mixture of like the older Celtic languages and then Latin thrown in there for good measure.
Even though everybody around the world speaks English.
The reason most people around the world speak English is because of the British Empire, stretching across basically the entire world.
Right, but I was talking about like every country and every continent.
Well, not every country and every continent, but...
I mean, you have English-speaking people in those countries, but you may not be a English-speaking country. There's a difference.
Well, but there are English-speaking... Singapore, for example, their national language is English. Same with India. They're technically...
That's crazy.
Well, because they were part of the British Empire. And they were big, big colonies. And South Africa, too. English.
Well, I was just saying like, this is out of context.
The heat.
Different. Huh?
Nothing.
It's just weird because like you watch stuff on, online and everything.
Yeah.
And people speak their language, but like it is like a singing type thing. Like also people like don't speak English at all. They start singing, then they sing perfect English. It's like, how's that possible?
Oh, they just learned the song. But the reason that a lot of
just
people...
stating.
Yeah, but the reason a lot of people around the world speak English is because it was the international language of trade because of the British Empire and the fact that they had the world's largest and most powerful navy for basically since warships were invented.
And other than that, American TV.
Yeah, well, and then, so that plays a part, though, in the British Empire because the entire reason North America speaks English in the first place is because of the British Empire. Otherwise, we'd have been speaking French, like they do up in Quebec.
Quebec. Ugh.
Montreal.
Oui?